Well, hello to everybody on the internet, and very welcome back to the things I do in EVE Online, guys. And I have changed my place of residence for or a temporary. It's a daily trip kind of thing, if you will. You know, I come here every day to mine, if you will. And I want to show you some stuff. This is a player-owned structure, a citadel, and it's a refinery type of structure. And I have mined a venture worth of massive scurdit. As you can see, it's a full cargo. And in these citadels you can kind of compress your ore, guys, in case you enjoy mining and you want to do it. And I do it very often, to be honest. I have 2 monitors, so I can kind of maybe edit my videos, or especially I don't spend a lot of time on editing my videos. I'm just listening through my voiceovers and kind of trim out the nonsense and the coughing and the other noises in the background. Pretty much I don't do anything else, so I can mine and listen to myself. But I want to show you how you can kind of compress your ore. As you can see, it's very easy if it's available. Now there is no way to know if the citadel it has the module on and it's working, because as far as I understand it, you can see the citadels in your facilities on your industry tab. And there we go, we have a few here. And as you can see, the cathedral is a refinery. Now my understanding that the engineering complex can also offer the service, but I'm not totally sure, guys. You kind of have to look more into it and see if it's even available. But the problem is you don't know if it's available even on the refineries. Generally speaking, if the owner doesn't refuel the module, you know, then you won't be able to kind of compress your ore, and you don't know when they're going to refill it again, or you know, because if they're not using it every day, they might just turn it off. It depends on the owner. Now there is a few benefits from kind of living in a citadel. I can go outside and kind of see it from outside. But my point is, like in my case, I was very lucky. It's only 3 jumps away from my usual place of dwelling in Arbas, if you will, where my kernit fields are. So as you can see, these guys are very nice and even let us know what they are offering straight on the bio page, you know. The Brotherhood of the Phones, thank you very much for the service, in all honesty. And you have better yield, reprocessing yield from the get-go. The reprocessing fee is much better. Now if you want to kind of reprocess in NPC stations, you know, for whatever reason at this point, you know, they are a better choice, to be honest, because the reprocessing fee in the NPC station starts at 5%. And you need standing of 6.7 or so, 7 maybe, standing to kind of have a 0 tax, which is quite a long time. And since we were reprocessing out there, let's say in the Imperial Academy, if you will, we can kind of check here what kind of agents we have to increase the standing. Now we have some standing. We can do all 15 of the tutorial agents with them, and that might kind of make this go all the way to 7, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. From top of my head, I think our corporal has finished all of them, and she's sitting at 3 and something. So yeah, you might kind of even get away with the second set of the tutorial agents, you know, the career agents, and you might reach perfect refining standing with the Imperial Academy. But if you are not keen to do that, as you can see, the Imperial Academy is offering very few agents around in Hi-sec, you know, and all of them are distribution agent. So bear that in mind. As you can see, you have one that is level 4, but they are not available to alpha accounts anyway. And he is probably next to a bunch of low-sec sites. So, there is 2 of them. So you might be sending low-sec very often if he is next door to a low-sec system, or the constellation has, let's say, a couple of or a few low-sec systems and one high-sec system, he might keep sending you in the same constellation. So it might be a no-go, if you will. Now you can kind of work with it if they were available, in all honesty, with your Sunesis, and you might get away with it. Especially if I show you the Sunesis, I think, when we was fitting the, how do you call it, when we was fitting, what we was fitting, I don't remember now, it was in one of the earlier videos, you know. I think when I was moving to Amarr, probably from Caldari, and as you can see at the moment it's 2.56, but as you invest, let's say, skill points in other things, and this is a bit annoying, so I have to close it. If you invest more points into your navigation, with the corporal, I mean, she will come close, and you can definitely get it below 2 seconds, you know, of warp time, I would say, even on an alpha account, or you will come very close. So yeah, the Sunesis might be a good option, but generally speaking, the level 4 missions will not fit in one Sunesis. You know, even the level 3 mission will not, the cargo will not fit in one Sunesis for the distribution agents, from top of my head. Very few will. I would say most of them will be above your carrying capabilities, if you will, you know. Even the level 2 probably will not fit. If you go for, you know, with the standard fit, which is kinda giving you what, almost 2k of cargo, roughly. Yeah, 1.6k, not even. So it's okay for level 2 missions, you know, around Hi-sec. You don't really need to be below 2 seconds, but it's still, you know, it's an option. But again, maybe do the tutorial agent missions and, you know, another set, and you might end up having a perfect refinery standing, or standing for perfect refinery, so the tax goes to 0. It can definitely go to 0 at 6 point whatever, 7 or something of that sort. Now if you don't want to do that, you're gonna have to find a different corporation that is offering you some kind of different agents, so you can kind of raise the standing a bit faster, you know. The distribution agents will take forever. Not forever, but it's gonna be you have to do a lot of level 1 mission, you know, to raise the corporation standing to 6.67 or 7. Sorry guys, I'll put the number on the screen here, you know. And if these guys, let's say, are in the same, if you have to do distribution agents to raise standing, if they're in the same corporation, you know, 2 level 1s will probably beat 1 level 2 agent, if you will, generally speaking. But yeah, just so you know. Now I'm going to press compress here, as you can see on this batch, and that is down to, sorry, it's the same price and it's the same amount of ore by the looks of it. But now we have, if you go inside, so I can open my mining hold, and it's very nice to live in these stations, you know. They are very beautiful, in my opinion, you know. The environment is much better than the NPC stations, and docking sequence and undocking sequence and all the stuff. So now you can put this in, and you see it's only 50 meter cubics, and it was saying technically, sorry, there you go, you can see at 50 meter cubic. So you're gonna need about 100 times this. So yeah, it's 100 to 1 the compression rate. So 100 ventures will fill up 1 venture technically with compressor, by the looks of it. Yep, that's the math. And as you can see, it's already 1 million skill points. Now I do have I did invest in the miasmos or miasmos, sorry, I cannot pronounce them. Let me just check the name again. Miasmos, yeah, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. So I invested in this little fella. It's a Galante hauler, and if you buy the skill, you know, you can train it to level 1, you know, on your characters, on all of them, and it will be under spaceship command, and I can go only in my skills, and there he goes. You can only have 1 on all the haulers, you know, and he's not the only one. Galant is offering a few others as well, but this guy will have a very huge mining hold capacity. It's quite big. It's with level 1 skill it's 46,000 meter cubics, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 46,200 for myself. And you cannot increase this, you know, you cannot put mods to increase it, so just bear that in mind. And now, as you can see, if we need 100 ventures to fill up one venture, then we're gonna need probably 900 ventures to fill this up. But that's how you turn yourself into a spaceship pinata, you know. For example, if this is a million, then probably, you know, if this is worth a million, my items are in the venture now. If what we put it in the venture, you know, it's worth 1 million skill points. Sorry, I keep messing it up, guys. Yeah, if this is worth 1 million ISK, you know, by the time we fill this up, we're gonna need another, my goodness me, a lot of ventures. I cannot even do it by heart. 900, yeah, it's gonna be 900 or 90. Man, what's wrong with me today? I didn't do my due diligence, guys. Utilities, yep. I'm going to go to utilities and find the calculator. So I have 46,000, let's say I'll round it up to 46,000 divided by 50. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have to, my numpad is not working on this calculator for some reason. And where is the equal? There we go, 920 ventures. So you're gonna have a lot of time to kind of mine to fill this up, and then you're gonna carry probably about 1 billion worth of ore. Now this ship is fitted. Do what you do, guys, fit your haulers, you know, and never fly your haulers without a fit. And as you can see, I was running into a bit of a problem to make this fit work, and this is something that I came up. You might look up for a different fit, but if I simulate this, I'm sitting at 19,000 almost effective HP, and I have nice resistances as well. Of course I have a hole in the EM, but that's normal. Now if I skill up, you know, I should be able to drop this and put another core defense field extender or an EM rig, you know, as well. And as soon as I hit level 4 in sorry, what was it, tactical shield manipulation, I will be able to bring this to tech 2. So in all honesty, now I should kind of give this ship to the corporal, and as it is, you know, she still cannot put tech 2 multi-spectrum shield hardeners, but she will probably have over 20,000, maybe 21,000 effective HP. So I should swap it and she can haul for me. Now I still need this ship, as you can see. I mean, I can get away with my venture for the regular mining, but I will have to give the miasmos to the corporal, you know, to kind of maximize my hit points and survivability. Now fair enough, I'm using it only for my Kernit fields, and I can open quickly my wallet here and go only to sell for now, because I bought some stuff. I bought the implant, the high wall mining implant for the princess here, because I'm mining almost every day, so why not? It pays off. It's 3% increase in yield. So currently my yield is 164 compared to 159 with the Tech 2 miners. And if I go only to sell, as you can see, I'm selling Kernit very often, and I'm trying to sell in smaller batches, around 10 millions, but as you can see today I sold for 23 millions worth. That's 2 days worth of Kernit mining for me, and I'm sitting on 73 millions. So I have a booster here. I don't know if I would be able to use it without any skill investment. Yeah, a mining booster. So I'm going to redeem it to the current station, and it's gonna go probably here. Oh no, it straight goes up here. Yeah, that's nice. So I have 2 hours now worth of mining, and my yield will be sitting at, let me check, 172, so almost 350 meter cubics per minute. So not bad. I'm happy with that at the moment, you know. Now I will go and show you how I set up things for myself when I have to mine. As you can see, my location in this system are up here. And of course you can go again L. If you press L in space, you can open it from here if you don't have it, you know. L is your locations, and then if you press this opening window, it will give you this window. Now because I'm mining in this venture, and I start mining as you have seen, I mined one venture or so before I start recording, so I'm gonna go into the middle point here. I split the fields in 4 or 5 points every single field, and I have done only one so far because I don't have a lot of time, and I usually cannot deplete the field before I have to move to another one. Now you can focus on kind of just mining a certain type of ore. You can kind of maybe make a decision or check online which ore is the best to mine in Hi-sec, and then go with that to maximize your profits. But one problem that you have first, if you are using Tech 2 miners, you really want to kind of have excess of ore available in the asteroid, so you can fill up the hold, and that will guarantee a maximum yield. If your roids are small, you know, or smaller, even if they are close, like this 6.7k is more than my mining hold. But don't forget, your Tech 2 miners have a residue probability of 34%. So technically your miner will be destroying the roid, or the asteroid, sorry. It will kinda just wasting it. Every time when this sticks, there is a chance that some waste will occur, and it will be gone. So in order to kinda have a maximum yield, and I will put a timer here now and keep mining until fill up, and then I'll kinda speed that footage, and so we can see the timer at the end, because we should be able to fill this hold without any problems between the 2 roids. So it's rare occasion that I put 2 miners on a single roid, you know, asteroid, sorry, if you will. Now you can kind of focus on one type only, and you can mine that one, or you can go by the quantity. So if you have big asteroids here with Welspar, and you might go with them. If you have some of the maximum yield ones, like the massive scordite here, I have quite a few, so why not? You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised if the Pyroxeres is still the most profitable ore that I can mine in Hi-sec. I can show you again the prices that I have sold them at. As you can see, this morning, you know, I have sold some condensed scordite, some massive scordite, and some Welspar. So there is a big difference in price there, as you can see. But again, you're pulling a bit less in units, you know, from the scordite compared to the Welspar. Again, I don't know how that all is going to play out, but at the end of the day, when you watch this, you have to kind of do your own research and figure out what you really want to mine. I usually don't care about the price difference as much as you know, just the yield type. If I have a lot of these guys with the maximum yield, I will go for them, no bother. If they are too small, you know, if somebody mined them yesterday, for example, they will be all small. It's kind of the field technically. The fields are even line mature, if you will. So if nobody mines this field today, the asteroids will be a bit bigger tomorrow, and so on and so forth. You know, if somebody mined the field completely the asteroids will be very small the first day of the respawn, and then you have the NPCs who will come and mine the fields, strip mine the fields, you know, end to end. They will leave nothing, you know, the NPC corporations do that as well. And that's about it. I don't know what else I can tell you about the mining process itself. If you want to kind of make the most out of it, go for the bigger rocks, so you have the maximum yield across the board. If you have to mine a specific type of asteroids because you need the minerals, for example, then go for them, no bother. And mark your fields, guys. Put bookmarks. So this is my middle point, as you can see. Usually I start from left or right, and then I keep going towards the other end. So every time when I dock, for example, I know where to warp in. Now this is not a problem with the Venture. The Venture is quite speedy when you think about it, and it's not a big deal. But if you go Omega and you want to mine with the barges and the exhumers and those kind of things, you know, they move very slow. So let's say if you warp in here and you have to move all the way here, for example 20 kilometers or 40 kilometers, whatever it is, doing it with the barge is not a fun process at all. So, and putting your locations up here because you're gonna access them every 15 minutes or so, it's making them very organized. So I know that this is build 6 for me because I start from the top, and as you can see they're numbered, and I keep numbering them in the same way, you know. So I know that this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 belts in the system. So if I come here, I will know where I want to go. Technically, especially if I am strip mining them as well, because I used to do that in the past. I have mentioned it a couple of times, but yeah, when I start playing if I was able to kind of flex 4 accounts just by mining. I had plenty of time to mine, so I was mining and skills were ticking, and I thought it was a great investment, you know, generally speaking. Running mission would have been more profitable, but then I didn't have the skills to run the missions. I invested them into the mining skills, so I had to kind of skill up for missions and so on and so forth. And yep, so, you know, compressing your ore will make your life easier, but don't go overboard with it, you know. Don't put 1 billion worth of ore in your 17,000 effective HP ship, you know. You might get away with it, but if anybody notices, you're gonna turn yourself into a spaceship pinata. Or that's how you turn yourself, or that's the way to protect yourself. You don't carry too much valuable stuff in your spaceship and you might slip by. But in all honesty, mining 9 ventures worth of ore and putting them in one venture, you might actually slip by with it a bit easier. And yeah, you can even use the Sunezis, you know. Once you have the skills, he will go below 2 seconds, and that will be fairly safe, and you will still be probably carrying around 10 millions, 15 millions worth of ore by the looks of it. From top of my head. You're gonna probably, this will change as well over time, you know, the values and everything. So yep, that's 2 options. Now if you want to stay in alpha, you know, and increase the yield on the venture, another option will be the Praxis, if I'm not mistaken. This we used to mine in battleships too, you know. Like if you had in the past, if you had skills to get into a battleship, you know, it was nice because the venture didn't exist, you know. So it was a common occurrence, you know, to kind of mine in battleships. Now I kind of think about this, I thought about the Praxis, you know. I'm sure that somebody is doing it somewhere, and if you go online you might even find some fits, you know, as a suggestion. But you only need Spaceship Command 1, so you don't really have to invest a lot of skill points to get into a battleship, as if you would, you know, same as all the other ships from the Society of Conscious Thought line, the Noses, the Sunezis, and so on and so forth. So it's quite handy. And The idea here is that you're gonna have more miners technically equipped, and you're gonna have some mining upgrades, and you're gonna have better yield than the venture. But of course this character will not be able to feed the ship. As you can see, the ship at the moment has 35,000 effective HP, 36,000 or so, you know. But if we play with the feed and maybe try to kinda, we can go miner, and let's go with tools, because why not? I think we're gonna run into trouble fitting a bunch of miners. Now what they are mining at? 78, so we have 6 by 78. Let's be pedantic and pull our trusted calculator. I might actually add a shortcut so we can access it a bit easier, and I'll drop it in there. And it's 78 by 6, it's 468 compared to 300 and with the booster 300 and something. Now if we put the booster on top of that, it will go 500 meter cubics per 60 seconds. Now as you can see, this is already an improvement. You don't have to do anything else. But if I go mining upgrade, yep, if I drop 1, I'm at 85. So back to the calculator, and you see what is happening. 85 by 6, 510. So yep, so now we have to leave some room for tanks and stuff like that, but we have to kind of play around and get it right. You know, it will be kind of important to maximize your HP as well, so people don't show up and blow you up, you know, in the same time. Now we're gonna need some cargo as well, because what's the point of flying around? We better invest in some cargo, you know. We can go with cargo hold expanders. Now I'm not really sure if yeah, maximum velocity, so this is nice. But if we go with this is very expensive, as you can see, the optimization. The tech one is okay, it's affordable, if you will. But what is expense of armor amount? So you're gonna be reducing your effective hit points, you know, if you will, here, for the lack of better terms, you know. So I don't know if it's worth it, and it's about 10%. So it's a huge problem. So we might go with the cargo hold expanders here, guys, and we still have some room. Oh, but we are far from the venture kind of thing. Do we need another one? Yeah, and another one, and another one, and we're never gonna reach the venture. So we're gonna unfit that, and we're gonna have to drop in some... Oops. Oh man, that is going nowhere. Yeah, there are two, man, and it's still 2.5 thousand. So to surpass the venture, we'll probably have to buy some of these large cargo hold expanders, and you see we lost almost 9,000 effective HP just because of it, and we can keep going by the looks of it. 4.5, that is coming close, and maybe we don't have a room in here in the calibration for a third one, tech 2, so we have to put a single one. And yeah, there we go, we beat the venture. So now if we unfit that, that's no good, so we want that too. So we want 4 of those, 3 of those, so 300 millions in the fit, guys, so far. And now we have to put some other stuff too, you know. We can go with shield extenders. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, you can filter by remaining resources, you know. That's nice. I didn't know that, or I didn't notice it, to be honest. So we need some shield extenders. Can we drop in large? Yeah, we might kinda claw ourselves back. And these guys will be more affordable than those guys. So if you can use them, as you see, this lady cannot, but fair enough, we're gonna put in the effort to do so. And we are running out of CPU. We cannot put yet another one. And also we have to kinda maybe go... I need to kinda think about it. So I don't know if we can use this. We need electronic upgrades level 4 for the tech 2, but we can probably use the tech 1. And we're gonna get a bit more CPU back that way. And can we do anything else? Can we do some hardeners? We need the multi-spectrum, of course. We cannot put a 2, we cannot put a 1. As you can see, we are still missing a lot of CPU. Only 2%. So we are looking at 50,000 EHP now. Now I have to kinda... I'll leave it tick, you know. This will probably fill it up. Yep, that will be the last tick, you know. And it's an overkill, as you can see. This is only having, what, 200. So yeah, we can stop it now, I would say. That will leave us with, yeah, just about right, guys. And that's spot on. So I can kind of mark this and speed it up and check everything, and hopefully I can find a way to edit everything. So I was going to the cathedral, and I'm going to dock into the cathedral, and we'll take it from there. I could even maybe check the number here when I'm editing, so I don't have to play with the timers. So now maybe find another one of this. And there we go. Now maybe we can do another one of this. And we can go with the enduring or compact as well. You know, we don't have to go with the one. I'm not really sure which one will be kind of better for us to feed, in all honesty. So I can drop this here. I will advise you to compress it straight away as you kind of come into the station, guys. There is no point of waiting for later or tomorrow. It's cost you nothing. Get it done, get it out of the way, and fly off. So I'm gonna warp to the middle now again. We had more asteroids there from the same type, as long as this booster is lasting. So I wanted to kind of check, because I don't remember them. We can go compare and see what will give us the best buck for the best bang for the buck, if you will. So no, yeah, the compact, it's even worse. Oh yeah, the compact is the best. Oh, there we go. So we can maybe go with the compact, you know, in all honesty, and maybe we can fit more stuff there. And what I'm mining, yeah, I still have, there is still chance to kinda, but I'll go with these two now, and I will keep kinda, so I want this one and that one. So this again will guarantee 100% yield, you know, for another batch or for another venture. So I'm kind of maximizing my profit, if you will, at this point. I mean, maybe it's not the best type of ore to do, but again, there is plenty of solid pyroxeres around that will do the trick as well. You know, you have options always, and if you have more fields marked, you can kind of check your fields even in a, if you will, even with your shuttle, and then warp into the field that you like. Especially if you go with the barges, guys, it's gonna take forever. And I lost my feet. Yay! Man, why did I do that? Oh no, I didn't, sorry. It just goes up there. I thought I will see it over here somewhere, but no. So compact it is, yeah. We can go with the compact, but yep, there you go. Now we are up to 60,000 effective HP, which is not bad. You know, things are getting somewhere. We can maybe find type and try another one. As you can see, no, not really. We cannot do that. So it's up to you now. You can make some compromises if you will, you know. And you can maybe even, if it's, let's say, if we go with the... Yeah, we're gonna have to do that, or... by the looks of it. Yeah, we can buy an implant as well, but if you, as you skill up, you know, especially the, you know, the skill that they require, the upgrades. But as you can see, I have it at level 3, so level 4 it will fit probably, and no bother. And if you also skill up the mining upgrades because you want to mine, you know, that is also reducing the CPU for these guys as well, so you might kind of get away with it. But if you prefer the yield, you might drop something and then go with the yield. But I'll save this for the fun of it, you know, if you will. I'm not really sure it's the best way to go about it, or the best fit. There might be better fits at the moment around, so maybe some more resistance modules will be okay, you know, in the shield department, if you will, rather than this. But again, I don't think that you can fit it this way and afford another. If I unfit this, let me find it first. So yep, I don't really have to unfit it, I just have to, it's 9%. So once you maximize your skill points for these guys, that will reduce the CPU need for them. Is it a CPU? No, that was the grid. We don't have a problem with the grid, guys, sorry. Yeah, this is reducing the power grid need. So only these guys will have a reduction, yeah, of mining upgrade modules. So, and how much he is using, sorry. Oh, he is using about 40. So we're gonna reduce it by 15%, another 15%, for the total of 20%. So I don't know, it's 8 and 8, that's 16. So, and now if I go to attributes, he will show me the, oh yeah, but it's giving the, he's also, yeah, mining upgrades. Fair enough, it's going down, 12.5. Oh, CPU penalty for the miners themselves. So yeah, that will be cool then, because we have 6, that's gonna add up very quickly. But if we try and fit another one, we are up to 22%. So I don't think we can pull it off that way. I don't know, I'm not really sure. Maybe if we sacrifice something else, you know, but we're gonna have to sacrifice quite a lot, if you ask me, to make it work. Maybe less tank. So yeah, might be the case, you know. We have to play around with it and see how it's gonna work out. I mean, we can sacrifice some. Yeah, it's coming along. We can pull it off probably. And you're gonna still have 93 meter cubics per laser, guys, which is quite interesting in my opinion, compared to the venture though. But again, you have to kind of save the money as well. So the Kernit fields will kind of make up this money for you, no bother, and some extra mining every day, and you can get there. It's not a problem. As you can see, we have made some risk. It's not a big deal, and that will be a significant increase even without the booster, if you will. Now we are doing 6 by 93, just so we are correct. 558 compared to 164. It was by 2. I'm sorry, 164 by 2. 3 to 8, so it's not really doubling up, but it's almost there. It's only the matter of our biggest problem is now we have to kind of prioritize the skill distribution. And of course, as you can see, having only one person training is a bit of a problem, but again, I don't think it's worth buying a multiple. I mean, if you pay for it, you know, if you buy it from the shop straight for yourself, you know, you can buy it, I think, online from the website. There is a multiple pilot training, so it might be a worthwhile thing. It's like 800 plex, but I think you can also buy it with a card, if I'm not mistaken. On the website you have to check, you know, so you might want to consider that, you know, and pay for it. I wouldn't say it's a bad idea, you know. It will let you a couple of guys train in the same time. I mean, everyone will let you. If you buy one, you're gonna have another person training or another character training. If you buy two, you're gonna have all three of them training in the same time, which is a good idea, you know. So we definitely need to kind of do that as well at some point. And what else do we need? We was not suffering for the power grid. We were suffering for these guys. So I have some skill points here, and if I apply, let's say, did I save it? No, let me save it first. I might be missing a point, you know. To be honest, there might be a better way to go about it, because I'm not really sure if the rigs will help as well, you know, here. But if I apply what we are facing now, sorry, I kind of messed it up, 167 CPU. So if I apply skill points here, which is 4,500, it's 161. So you're not gonna make a miracle, but it's coming down, you know. Every little bit helps, if you will. But there is rigs as well that will kind of give the ship more CPU. That might be a thing as well that we could consider, you know. Yeah, I wanted to be in the rigs, man. And it wouldn't be here. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know them by heart now. Power grid. Oh yeah, the command processor. Oh no, that's for the burst. This is capacitor control. This is giving you more cap or reducing it. A processor overclocking. There we go. Sorry guys. Oh no, this is, sorry. Yeah. To increase it, yeah. Fair enough, that's what we need. So if we drop one of these guys, for example, we are still kinda way off. But there we go. That is looking better now. I mean, we are still way off, but we can improve it now. The idea is to kind of check what he is giving. 7.10 and the processor thingy that we kind of put in, what was that giving? 8%. So yeah, it's not really a big trade-off, you know, if you ask me. So, but you can go 1 and 1 maybe. And as you can see, if you have the skill for this as well, you can bring it down to almost 3%. But you're suffering quite a lot on the cargo, in the cargo department, and a bit less tank. So we might drop another shield, and we are up to 47,000 HP. So maybe it's worth it, but again, we are quite expensive. you know, our kind of fit is coming down, but now we stand a chance to maybe, no, we wouldn't be fine type. There is no way we can kind of put another sorry, mining laser upgrade. Yeah, no way, man. And again, we are suffering on the cargo. We're gonna be flying around quite a lot, back and forth, you know, compared to the venture. So yeah, the first idea was probably the best. I would say we was kind of getting maybe the best bang for the buck. I mean, we can maybe. But we cannot have an two at the moment as well. We have to go with the ones. And you can check the photonic. I mean, I'm not really sure. CPU output 9%, so it's 2% per each. If it's worth putting it on, you know, if that's what you're missing, you should pay more for it, you know, if you will, compare it to the Tech one. But if it's not, as you can see, you cannot fill up this whole rack because of it, so, you know, and you're still looking at 4 point something. Oh, we have company. I better get rid of those little guys out there. And maybe that will do it. Yep. So it's an idea. I'll resave this. I'll save it for the corporation, so yeah, I have it, so I will update it. Fair enough, I get the name right, guys. I usually fail. There we go. So you have a few options, you know, I might work towards it, and the Praxis is a nice ship to look at, if you will. Now I have to kind of just see where these rigs are. Yeah, I can pick them up. You don't want to kind of fly off in the opposite direction of your asteroids. If they are in the, if you're flying in the same direction to scoop these guys up, you know, I usually do so because I have the time for it. It's no bother. But hey, there's a few options for your mining guys and a way to kind of make your life a bit easier, if you will, you know, while mining and moving all around, so you don't really have to kind of take a huge risk. You don't have to turn yourself into a spaceship pinata. I don't know how lucrative is that Praxis for to be killed, but if we can also compare it to a barge like the Retriever. There is a, sorry, I should type here. So if we go with the ore miner, you know, the alpha ore miner, or not the alpha but the basic, you cannot fly this in alpha by the looks of it. They're not allowed. So they have around 25,000 EHP, as you can see. So yep, the Praxis has far more. So if this is not really worth ganking, you know, then the other guys probably not, but the fit is 1/3 of it, if you will, less than a third in value. So therefore this might not be kind of worth ganking compared to the Praxis, but once you kind reach 300 millions in fit for 50,000 HP, it might be worth ganking the ship, you know. So there we go, we have two full loads, if you will, of ore, you know, in whatever time it is, probably 1 hour by the looks of it. 49 minutes, I'm talking for 49 minutes, but we didn't start mining at exactly at 0 mark. Maybe I should have started that way and it would have been easy. So yeah, you're definitely, oh wait, but this will tell us it was 2 hours, so we have 1 hour and 25 minutes. So 35 minutes for 2 ventures with the booster, you know, on top of us. And also I'll just compress this as well and call it a day. and I'm gonna go back again. But hey guys, thanks for staying until the end of this episode. I hope you find some value in this. Now you have a few mining ships, as you can see, the barges, and you have the ore command ships as well, the mining command ships, to work towards, you know, in the future if you are going Omega especially. And let's say if you are in an Omega account, I would like to just let you know that some of this, there is an expert system, and I'm not really sure if, I don't think it's gonna work on an alpha account. You cannot probably use this on an alpha account. It will give you an expert mining barge pilot for 7 days. This item cannot be traded, but these are locked behind Omega states, so I'm not really sure if it's gonna work out. Well guys, a small jump in time, if you will, you know, with the power of editing. So yes, the expert mining system from the shop will definitely work for an alpha account, and as you can see, sorry, I'm in the wrong tab here now. So I need about 15, not about, but exactly 15 plexis. So they are about 6 million nowadays. I would say 6 point something. Let me check for you guys, just so I don't end up misleading everybody. Yeah, 6.4, so where is our trusted calculator? 6.4 by 15, it's, yeah, 100 millions usually. Oh, sorry, at the moment it's 100 millions to kind of grab that, and then we need another 85 millions for the hook. Oh, sorry, not the hook, but the barge. I picked the retriever because it has the biggest cargo hold, you know. If I'm not mistaken, he should have the biggest ore hold. Sorry, not the cargo hold. Attributes. Yeah, 28,000, 29,000 almost with my skills, you know. But I guess when we go expert, it might be a slightly bigger, you know. It might be over 30k, depends. I think the expert will boost everything up to level 5, you know, for all of this stuff. So I'm not really sure if we're gonna be able to use the strip miners too, but I don't think there will be a point. But yeah, I will kind of try and make the next video. I'm very close to having at least 100 millions, you know, so 10 days time I will have more than enough to kind of buy the barge and have the expert system kind of bought as well, and we can give it a whirl. In my opinion, it might be a better investment than the Praxis, but it's up to you. You have now a few options, you know. The Praxis, you can grab it and do it as it is, you know. You can skill up so you can improve some of the fittings, you know, and give him a bit more HP. As you can see, he is not really bulletproof, and he is very expensive in my eyes, you know, so that is making him a very nice target, very nice and juicy target, you know. It has double the, not even double the HP from compared to the retriever there, but it costs 3 times more, 2.5 or whatever. No, sorry, 3 times, almost 3 times, 2.5. No, oh my goodness me, 3.5 probably. It was 85, yeah, so over 3 times, definitely. But yeah, that's a few options for your mining, guys. You can pick one and go with whatever you want. Over time you can maybe have both and just activate your expert mining expert system, you know, when you need it. Let's say if you have a corp that is doing mining operations, you know, and so on and so forth, it could be kind of a good way to go about it. If you want to skill for something else, especially, you know, if you are kind of more interested in doing your abysses or whatever else you want to do, you know, you can keep skilling in that direction and keep grabbing the expert system, you know, to join your corp operations, you know. So how far I am now? This is 3 ventures probably, and yep. And if we drop it in here, yeah, 150 cubic meters. So we can take this with any ship to market, you know, compare it to, let's say, flying the Miamos and uncompressed ore. So I think you have quite a few options, you know. It's not bad nowadays, and especially if you are happy with the income, you know, and if you need time to, let's say, if you have 2 monitors or whatever, and you can kind of watch some tutorials or setting up your Excel spreadsheets, if you will, because I do have one and I can show it to you real quick, if you will. There we go. This is for the Hi-sec ore, and I don't know if it's gonna make a lot of sense, but as you can see, I plugged in some prices here for the ore, down compressed ore or compressed. I mean, the price is very similar. Compressed ore is compressing ore is available to everybody now around New Eden, as you can see. And let me set up the ship first, and then we can talk about it more. So I'm gonna finish mining this scordite. You know, I don't really mind at this point. I'm not gonna make a miracle anyway. So if I go in there, as you can see, you're losing about 50% of your ore value if you reprocess. The only exception by the looks of it is the Veldspar. You're losing a bit less in my calculation, you know. And this is if you sell to the buyers, this is if you put a sell order so people can buy from you, you know. But in the case of the scordite and the pyroxeres, you are definitely losing. Not really, but I think the scordite is the worst by the looks of it. It's almost half, while the pyroxeres is doing a bit better as well, but 1/3 by the looks of it, at least. A bit more than a third, you know, or so on and so forth. You have to kind of do your calculation. So if you mine on a regular basis, guys, you're better off to kind of definitely go and sell your ore, because you don't really need a lot of minerals for production at the moment. But even if you want to produce items, which I'll probably talk about in a different video, you can still use this strategy to make the most out of it, you know, technically, especially if you're further away from a trading hub. I'm 3 jumps away, so it's not a big deal, but still, why taking 9 jumps when you can get things done in 3 jumps, you know. In my case, let's say if I was taking this trade to the market with the venture, you know, I would have went 3 times, you know. On the flip side, if I don't compress the ore, 9 ventures will fit in 1 miasmos, and miasmos, and then I have to go back and refill it again, and so on and so forth. Well, if I compress the ore, you know, 10 ventures will fit in 1 venture, and I can just run with the venture. But if you need to haul your ore and minerals, there is another Galante hauler. I forgot his name now. Galante, and I think it was the Kairos. Planetary commodity ephetal. That's just Iteron. That's the normal hauler that can fix anything. Yeah, here's the Kairos. You see, the Kairos will have a huge mineral hold for minerals, you know, technically, and he can haul ice as well. So you can sell your ore, take the profits, lose the sale tax or whatever it is, and then you can buy minerals. But over time you can set up your own buy orders for the minerals too, if you don't undercut people a lot. For example, they might be willing to sell ore to you as well. So if you go and minerals. If I find the tritanium here, of course you can put it in your, how do you sell it, in your quick bar here and access them a bit more easily. But as you can see now, because I'm so close to a trading hub, people will buy pretty much on a good price, you know, no bother. It's a few ISK difference, but it might make a difference for you too, you know. But if you're further away, there will be probably orders that will try to kind of lowball people quite badly, you know. As you can see down here, you have plenty of them. You have even guys who are buying for whatever, you know, 0.1 ISK, you know, or 0.01 ISK if you will even. But they're just chancing it. If somebody is stuck somewhere and end up with some titanium in their hands and they have nothing better to do with it, they will sell it. But it's probably not worth it. But if you offer like maybe 10% discount, put it in a certain station, people might take you on the offer if they don't have to travel all the way to Amarr, let's say. Because I don't know where you're gonna start the game, you know, as you can see now, I started very close to Amarr, and I end up with my agents in Dipari, but you might kinda pick one of the other two, depends on your school that you picked when you were creating the character, and you might end up further away from Amarr, or the trading hub, if you will, so you might have an opportunity to kinda buy some minerals locally as well, from some of the guys, you know, who are willing to sell for a small discount. Just don't go overboard with it, you know. Don't try to kinda rob the people. Yeah guys, so that's about it. You have a few options. Again, thanks for staying until the end, you know, of this video. And I feel like I will give it the mining and the expert barge system a go for you as well in the next one. But it's gonna take a few days for me to raise the ISK to kinda wrap this whole thing up. But it's gonna be a significant improvement, you know. We're gonna be mining what 6 times more, 7 times more, whatever it is per. Oh no, but those are at 3 minutes. We're gonna get double the amount technically, probably. That's what I'm thinking, because if this is 60 minutes and those guys are at 3 minutes, yeah, it's gonna be 100, and technically one strip miner will cover the venture, and then the other one is on top of it, so they're probably gonna double the yield, and that's about it. But yeah guys, thanks for staying until the end. Please like, comment and subscribe if you have the time and the will for it. It will be highly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Fly safe.